Okay, I wanted to do another update. I made some decent progress over the past couple weeks, or a week, whatever it's been since I last did one. Specifically, the radiator had to be moved about 15 millimeters up. I installed a torque arm, traction rod. It's from they have them on the factory on EFs, but I replaced it. Something a little beefier to help with the torque. The problem is, and I think I've seen this before on the internet, these traction arms for the EFs don't play nice with the K series. So I am hitting the crank pulley. I'm going to have to modify the arm that runs to it, or I'm going to have to modify the whole assembly. So I haven't gotten that far. I'm not super worried about it. It doesn't look super insane. I'm sure I can make something work. Because that's installed, the radiator interferes with the lower subframe and the mounts that I originally made for the radiator to sit in. So the shape is a bit more complex because it also hits in the back. That's where it mainly hits. So I've had to redo the shape. And so what I do, it's in the car, but what I do is create a template out of cardboard that fits basically the same, and then I can go home and more easily mock it up on CAD. Another thing I wanted to start getting into are these bushings. You shouldn't be able to find these anywhere else. This is printed urethane. We're pretty much the only ones that are doing it right now. And I'm not really trying to offer anything commercial, but I just wanted to show it. It's really, really early with this, and so figured it'd be kind of cool. We can do all sorts of really interesting stuff with the printed urethane. I'm working on a bushing right now that captures a washer, so that when you pull the bolt out, the washer stays with it. And just like little stuff like that that makes the job a little bit more easy, more fun. So that's done. We're getting there. It's not anywhere near done, but we're making progress, and I have my dimension points, so fabrication is quick. Harness is a mess, but it's actually starting to take shape. I've got all the shielded cable in there. I've got the power distribution getting ready to run. I started the wiring process and realized I needed more of a vehicle infrastructure as a backbone. And what I mean by that is, like, the engine harness, when you're building a harness, it's somewhat relying on power distribution and other aspects of the car to already be there. And so when I went to go start the harness, I realized I didn't have any of the backbone of the vehicle. I mean, as of right now, the car is completely gutted, so I've got no electrical architecture to build off of. And so that got the wheels turning. And basically, this is where I'm at right now, this mess. So the tentative plan is to create a power system using the old technology, and then use the fuel tech that piggybacks off it. I want to get an independent power source to the fuel pumps, and then maybe a basic, like, I'll just run the relay out there and the control wire back there. But what I want to do differently on this that I don't think I've ever seen is I'm going to create a really simple, or at least as simple as I can, power distribution architecture that takes care of lights and everything the car needs to be streetable, all using the old factory equipment and providing a good power supply and utilizing as much of the factory fusing system for all of the new stuff that I add. Really, it's a cost, and it's also, I like adding constraints. This, when you think about, I could just go get a PDM and it would do everything immediately, and that would be cool, and you could do all sorts of fun stuff with that. But I kind of like the idea of seeing what I can do with the old stuff and seeing what kind of new technology I can intertwine and running it into the dash. The idea is to have everything isolated into the dash. So the entire electrical assembly of the vehicle moves with the dash, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but it's actually got a ton of benefits. And as long as I can isolate correctly with the electronics, which I can using this bushing technology, it should all work. It should work really well too. So I will keep going. Bye.